politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you your way. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction. Service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by America's cable television companies. For over 30 years, C-SPAN has been a direct link to public affairs, politics, history, and nonfiction books, all gavel to gavel and all without commentary or commercials. Now C-SPAN is available in over 100 million homes across the nation, bringing you Washington your way. C-SPAN is provided as a public service by American.
And we have Fraxis in game. Perfect.
So,
Let's hurry this up because I don't know how long it's gonna take before I get screamed at.
We only have 3 items, so.
Great.
I think we have a quorum today. Yeah, we do.
We have full attendance besides Ponksy.
F. Oh, 6.
Okay, it's 5 p.m. If Astro wants to start.
All right. I'm just going to do it in VC since it's much easier. I'm going to read a letter sent by the Office of the Speaker of the House, Tempore. So, from the Office of Speaker Tempore, November 10th, 2024, I hereby appoint the Honorable Atisius Lin to act as Speaker pro tempore on this session. Signed by Tempore, Speaker of the House. Mr. Tempore, if you could.
I am not Mr. Tempore, but
You can come over here.
I get what you're saying.
There you go, have fun. Oh my god.
I thought I needed to click you. Okay, I hereby call the first session of the 64th Congress into order. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem. please remain standing for a moment of reflection. You may be seated. I will now ask that the clerk please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Give me 1 second. Right. Speaker Tempore is here via proxy. Speaker Pro Tempore Danny is here via proxy. Representative Parker is here via proxy. Representative Fanzon is here via proxy. Then we have Representative Owen.
Present.
There we go. Thank you. Then we have Representative Soul. Representative Soul.
Present.
Is he in VC? I don't think so. But
Present.
yeah.
Mr. Clerk.
He's been responding.
Can Astro even hear us?
I'm gonna mark him as present.
Astro.
Yeah.
I'll send him a warning later.
Astro.
Alright, moving on. Representative Fraxis.
Presente.
I can hear you, yes.
You weren't able to hear Soul, though.
Oh! Wait, was he talking? Oh, sorry, my bad. Fraxis present. Representative Dodge. Thank you. Representative Ponix. Representative Ponix will be marked as absent. Last but not least, Representative Leo.
I am present.
Thank you. And finally, Speaker Adisius.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, we have a quorum.
Okay, seeing that a quorum has been met, we will proceed with our session. Today, we have 3 items on our agenda. House Resolution 6401 to elect a clerk of the House. House Joint Resolution 6401 to elect a Sergeant of Arms of the United States Congress. And House Joint Resolution 6402, reestablishment of the Congressional Development Channel. With the agenda having been read, I will now hear any motions regarding the agenda.
Mr. Speaker Pro Tempore.
The representative from... Hold on, what state are you?
Arkansas, I believe.
It's Alaska.
The representative from Alaska.
I motion to approve today's agenda.
Is there a second?
I second.
Hearing a valid second, the agenda is now approved. I will allow a brief period of time for any opening remarks towards the agenda. Hearing none, we will begin with our first item. Mr. Clerk, if you could please read the purpose of House Resolution 6401.
Sure, Mr. Speaker. House Resolution 6401 to elect a clerk of the House of Representatives, proposed by Representative Leo Alinea. A resolution be it enacted by the House of Representatives, resolved that Mr. Astronaut 2020 be elected to bear the responsibilities and duties of Clerk of the House of Representatives for the duration of the 64th Congress. That is all, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I will now be hearing any motions regarding House Resolution 6401.
Mr. Speaker,
The representative from
Washington.
Washington.
I motion that we vote on House Resolution 6401.
Is there a second?
I second.
Hearing a valid second, we will now vote on House Resolution 6401. Okay. Let me check our proxies. This resolution passes. Ten in favor, 0 abstains, and 0 nays. Mr. Clerk, can you please read the purpose of House Joint Resolution 6401?
Sure, Mr. Speaker. House Joint Resolution 6401 to elect a Sergeant at Arms of the United States Congress, proposed by Senator Fanzon. Representatives. I'm having a deja vu. A joint resolution to be enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America assembled. Resolved that Mr. Cole Perfidius be elected as the Sergeant of Arms of the 64th United States Congress. That'd be all, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, are there any motions on
Mr.
House?
Speaker,
The representative from Florida.
motion to vote on House Joint Resolution 6401.
Is there a second?
I second.
Hearing a sufficient second, we will proceed to a vote. With 10 ayes, 0 abstains, and 0 nays, this joint resolution passes and will be sent over to the Senate. Mr. Clerk, could you please read the purpose of House Joint Resolution 6402?
House Joint Resolution 6402, re-establishment of the Congressional Development Channel, proposed by Representative George Alpha Place, a resolution be enacted by the House of Representatives and Senate of the United States in Congress assembled. Section 3, purpose of the resolution, in light of numerous prior instances, this resolution seeks to reinstate the Congressional Development Channel. The purpose of this channel is to facilitate members of Congress in submitting development-related bills for clearance by the development team. This measure aims to prevent situations where members of Congress propose bills without consulting the development team. Additionally, this permits Congress to hold proper documentation of all developer decisions relating to legislation through the channel. That'd be all, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Are there any motions on House Joint Resolution 6402?
Mr. Speaker,
The representative from Doge is here, Virginia. Okay, you may have the floor. Thank you, Representative.
Mr. Speaker Pro Tempore.
Who spoke?
I did. Mr.
The
Speaker Pro.
representative from Alaska.
I ask that you can call the members of UP to order that were speaking out of order just a second ago, such as Representative Extraxis and Organized Owen. If that could please not be overlooked, as we should have order during a House session. Please and thank you.
Okay. For the future, all representatives wishing to speak, whether in-game or through voice chat, please seek recognition first. Okay, with that said, are there any motions regarding House Joint Resolution 6402? The representative from Washington.
I motion that we vote on House Joint Resolution 64-2.
Is there a second?
A second.
Hearing a sufficient second, we will move on to voting. Did that work?
No.
No, it did not. Okay, seeing, recognizing, and I see 0 nays. This joint resolution passes the House and we send over to the Senate. Having finished all business with our agenda for the session, I will now allow for a brief period for any closing remarks.
Mr. Speaker,
The representative from Florida,
may I have the floor for a second?
you have the floor.
All right, wonderful. All I'd like to say is that there were some slanderous remarks said about me regarding apparently speaking in voice chat during when Representative Doak spoke. I'd just like to say this is very slanderous and honestly very unprofessional to call someone out for absolutely no reason or without any evidence, because from what I could tell, I was muted for basically pretty much the entirety of when Representative Doak spoke. So, yeah, don't slander, but all right, thank you. I yield the floor.
All right, thank you. Are there any other people wishing to speak?
Mr. Speaker,
The representative from Washington,
I motion have the floor for a brief moment.
you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Within the 64th Congress, I believe that we should spread bipartisanship this term. Regardless of what party we represent, I am looking forward to working with representatives across the House to ensure that we produce legislation that is vital for our community and that benefits this country as a whole. I am also hoping that in the coming days that I'm able to communicate with representatives on the other side, not just my colleagues also, and I'm looking forward for this term as a whole. I'm hoping that the other parties' representatives will be open to working with the Union Party in the hope that we can prosper for this country and for the American people. I yield. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you. Does anyone else have any motions or closing remarks?
Mr. Speaker Pro Tempore.
The representative from Alaska,
I request the floor.
you may have the floor.
All right. Regarding Xfrax's comments, he did say them in game. I did not say they were in voice chat. Xfraxis, if you could please not use voice chat inappropriately or in-game chat inappropriately. And to Organized Owen, Representative Organized Owen's comments, I would like to say that LP is looking forward to working with UP when it comes to improving the relations with America, other nations, and citizens across the United States. I yield the floor.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any other closing remarks? Hearing none, I would like to briefly, the representative from Virginia. Okay. Yes, I would just like to quickly say thank you for coming out. I was hoping we could see Ponxie so we get back to 100% attendance, but I am looking forward to this term. I think we have a lot of great representatives, and I know that Weird can do some good stuff, so I'm looking forward to the rest of this term. With that said, are there any motions towards the adjournment of the first session of the 64th Congress?
Mr. Speaker.
The representative from Washington.
I motion that we adjourn today's session.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, with a sufficient second, the first session of the 64th House of Representatives is hereby adjourned.
Womp womp womp.